All right, hello. Today I am doing a pick a card reading. The first deck is the King of Cups. Second deck is the Mother of Swords, Queen of Swords. Third deck is the Movement of Swords or the Knight. Here are your crystals. This Moss Agate Moon, the Crystal Skull, or the Black Tourmaline. I was gonna do this with light on, then I didn't. I don't know. I hope you're all doing well. And let's get into it. I'm gonna use these decks for the main shuffles, but I am going to use the decks that I have around me for additional information. So, channeling. This is the first time I've ever gotten a food. So for this pile, they're saying spicy, spicy, spicy. And they're saying, well, someone who likes spicy food, I'm getting that it's the masculine, but also they're like, the feminine's a little spicy. The Tower and the Six of Swords. You look like you've been putting an end to a cycle that has plagued your life for some time. About when you get upset or afraid, you withdraw your energy and you run away. And they're saying like you this is cute. I love when how they tie it together. They're saying when you're learning to sit in the emotion and you're learning to face your fears is what they are saying. And that's making you a little bit spicier. And your masculine likes this, even if he hasn't been like around it necessarily. There's an energy shift that's making him more drawn to you. And he likes that. That's an interesting energy. So let's take a look. Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So interestingly enough, we have a lot of swords energy coming up in this overall reading. Talking fell out. I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the deck here. Okay. I need to shuffle more. Look at that. Swords, swords. This is that energy. Okay. So there's something coming through about, it's like being a people pleaser. The feeling that you're going to let this burden go here. You've been doing this work. And I actually am feeling it really strong in my solar plexus. It's like so intense. It's like in the pit of my stomach. This has burdened you for a long time. And if you do not resonate with this energy, I would say pick another pile because I feel it so strongly in my heart and my solar plexus. It's like you have had such a big fear of abandonment and rejection. They're saying it's more abandonment, but for a few of you, it's rejection. That you've like sacrificed. I'm surprised we don't have the Hanged Man here. You've sacrificed really having a true relationship. And so have they. Remember, it's always mirrored energy, okay? So I feel like you almost gave up on the thought that you could have like a true love until this particular masculine showed up. So King of Cups again. And then it was like you knew. It was like a claircognizant energy. I knew this was going to be this. So this is the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you've had a ton of shifting you've had to do. This Two of Wands here with the Ten of Wands up top, it's like, if I change and I decide to go from one thing to another, one way of being to another way of being, it's almost like I will have to leave my entire life, family, identity, purpose, whatever it is, the entirety of it. It's almost like I will have to leave it behind me. And again, sometimes healing the rejection wound or the abandonment wound actually is like putting yourself through it again, right? Because when you stop being the version of you that attracted the people in your life, super profound, you're gonna lose the people in your life that you attracted to not feel those wounds anymore. Does that make sense? It's gonna come through more. Okay, so there's kind of a bunch of cards here that are like, do I want to be on my own and face my fears and kind of know the truth? Or do I want to stay safe in this little world that I built? Now, we all build a world around us, okay? But what they're talking about here is dynamic shifts in the way that you think. And those shifts cause you to do things differently and to attract super differently, like different people into your life, different situations, different levels of success. And part of this happening was meeting each other, okay? This was a sort of awakening to the fact that I can't. So what's going on right now is I feel like your masculine has tried to build relationships with other feminines and run from you. And the sad fact of the matter is that he did, like they're showing me, he did the motions, all the motions, right? All the romantic motions that he could do, he did. And he thought, well, if I act in a perfect manner, this person will love me just like you did. And it will be great. But the thing is, it's like a divine love. Nobody can be on the exact same frequency as your counterpart, okay? Now, first of all, I don't want you to get me wrong here, because you can make the choice to be with a soulmate. It is completely possible. I do want to point that out. Like, you have the option and free will to do whatever you want, and so does he. But this is what right now is the snapshot they're giving me. It's that they're showing me it like forward and then backward. It's so weird. He keeps going back in his mind to the decisions that he made, and it's specifically about what was said. And it's like, you said things in a certain way at a certain time, at a certain, that made him feel certain things, and no one else has been able to do that. That was 11:22 when I looked at the clock. Has been able to, it's like they keep saying unlock. There's a frequency of that he feels, right? This card is showing me this card again. That he knows now, by going over it so many times, it's like such a pain in his heart. Holy moly. He knows that let me try to clear some of that out. What's fascinating is usually when I get these kind of readings, it's my throat that goes, and now it's my heart. So it's really interesting. Because I feel like he's been working on clearing the throat. So it's interesting because he somehow knows you know all of this. It's like it keeps saying you read him like this book, right? You say things that someone could only know if they were inside his head and his heart. And it's these things that have been shared between you, and it may not all be verbal, but that have made him believe that there's like something beyond just logic, right? So we have the bird here, we have the birds here, we have the birds here. There's a very big emphasis on him having saved your texts or letters, and there's a letter in this one, and reread them, because they like keep, it's like his mind is a big pond, right? And that they keep like coming to the surface to be recognized, right? And so she's holding this book, she's holding this book, and it's some feeling that he's gotten that it's like she's read this book. You've read this book, the book of his heart. Sorry, when I channel, I get all sorts of weird body stuff. So he has tried to explain himself to people, like, at length. And no one has understood him. I looked up twin flames. No one has understood him. And he didn't even try to explain things to you. And you understood him better than everyone in his life. And that's what they're saying. It's like, they're showing me kind of like a scale, and it's like you on one side and all time and history and every person and experience on the other side. This sounds a bit dramatic, but this is the way he's viewing things. It's like it would take everything he could find in the world to make him feel good, right? In the world, right there. In the world. And, you know, when you get up and you plan a day just for you and everything goes exactly like you want it to, and you know, friends calling or like, hey, let's go do this, and so there's surprises and everything great that you could imagine a day holding, right? That kind of day, like all the stars aligning, is like a normal text message conversation between you two. Like the feeling that those two things give him is equal. And I think his logical mind tried to rationalize this and come to this, well, I can just go and I can build this with anyone, because this person isn't even like the ideal person. So please don't get triggered by me. Because we all know in the twin flame, there's some sort of weird variant, difference, whatever. I mean, the vast majority are that way. This isn't the person you would pick. And they feel that way too. Because it's hard. It's really hard. And so their logical mind really has felt for a very long time, I can just go, I can just build this relationship with someone similar, but better, like in terms of the 3D world. And I will feel the same way about this person, right? But nope. And there was something here very distinct about the touch, your touch. So he tried very, very hard to be stable in a karmic relationship. Love and not enough. And it just didn't feel the same. In fact, he couldn't escape the heartbreak of this. Look at heart with the key. He couldn't. Talking, mask, passion. It didn't feel the same. That's the long and short of it. Is probably there were karmic relationships that came in and triggered him pretty badly. They may have, because they have to get that karmic cycle. They have to understand what it felt like on your side. And, you know, switch that whole thing. But I feel like they worked really hard for a stability that ultimately just didn't satisfy them, because it was all like from the logical mind space. And when someone touches your heart, even when you feel like it's so protected that nobody can get to it, that is something you can't undo or replace, right? Like, I heard that song this morning from MGK that was like, she touched me, it's permanent. Handprints and wet cement. And it's like, you indelibly left this handprint on his heart, right? And now he's really wondering here. There's a question that's come up about fighting for this love. And I feel like you're really have moved into more power, into a much more, you know, this is a 3 card, which is the number of the Empress. And you're really either on the verge of being content in ways or there. And I think that's one of the shifts, really, that this spicy energy they're talking about. It's like, when we're secure and confident, we can let our personality be seen. We can let our feistiness come out because we're not afraid of being abandoned, right? I know we're twin flames. So this card has been here the whole time, twin flames. This card came up. I looked at twin flames. And then this card just came out. I know we're twin flames. So you must have shifted into an acceptance and an overcoming this doubt, which really shifted him. I want to be with you. I send telepathic messages. Trust me, I can't get you out of my head. I'm making a plan to come back to you. I'm trying to test trust and divine timing. I'm going through a lot. I know I hurt you. I never intended to. So I will say, for a little bit of time, I feel like you have had some doubt about the telepathy aspect and knowing, like, are you just, oh shoot, are you just wanting it to be that way, or is it actually that way? Because I don't necessarily think that you have seen signs. I feel like you've been waiting for signs and there hasn't really been any. I feel like you've been waiting, and so obviously I always talk about you can't wait in your life because it's codependency, okay? And that will keep you stuck. Soulmate, heart-to-heart conversations. I feel like that's supposed to be upright. Falling in your soulmate. This could be the one. Separation. Romantic feelings. Okay, so like I said, I think he's overcome this issue about the romantic feelings and that triggering the abandonment rejection wound. I think this is what you've been working on. And I think there's going to be incoming contact about this. My middle finger is having an interesting sensation. Okay, that's the earth finger. And it goes to fate and Jupiter. Interestingly enough, Jupiter is in Taurus. I'm sorry, it goes to Saturn. Saturn just started its retrograde. Okay, so there is something here about prayers and affirmations, and now I feel really hungry all of a sudden out of nowhere. I feel like he's really hungry for physical contact, and also it's like the heart touching. And how much does he have to fight for this? Like, is it even worth it? Will you even be receptive to talking to him right now? They're showing me like turning the page in the book. So he wants to turn the page in the book. And something that's been coming up all morning is like, it kind of like they're using the analogy of a book, like the paradigm of human love relationships. So twin flames are not supposed to fit in this paradigm. And it's like we are dealing with these relationships, but still trying to read the old text, right? We're trying to like fit them into the old paradigm, but then wondering like, why aren't they working? It's because you have to write a new paradigm, okay? So they want you to think about writing what is the paradigm that you want to write. It's like, if you leave behind the paradigm that was so painful and had so much rejection and abandonment, what is the paradigm that you want to write? All right, I'm going to move on to pile 2. Hello, pile 2. If you pick this deck, which I've used in a long time, and the Crystal Skull, this is the deck for you. I really enjoyed, I had already shuffled this, but we're going to shuffle it again. I really enjoyed pile 1. It was quite an interesting reading. For me, on this, they're saying silence. Pile 1 did have some things about claircognizance. The Fool. Very nice. New beginnings. 5 of Pentacles. King of Cups again. Interesting. The Star of the High Priestess, the Star. My favorite tarot card of all time is in this deck. Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Hierophant. So these two are natural counterparts. In the Tarot, they are the counterparts. 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands, and 10. Oh, we have 10, 10. This one wants to come out, and it was the one that was the choice card. So you have 10, 10, 10, 1, and 0. And wow. So those of you that want to listen to pile 1, there is this link between the King of Cups here. If I put my feet out, this bag is going to rustle. Okay. So I do feel like you're going to see some change from your masculine quite soon. If it hasn't happened already, so in part 1, we had this real acknowledgement of understanding that there is this link. So when you get the High Priestess and the Hierophant together, the energy it's telling me is that you two recognize on a soul level that you two are this magical couple, that you two are matched. Like, there is a recognition here on both parties, that there's a belonging, okay? I do feel this is a really interesting reading. Okay. And they gave me silence in the beginning. You know, the High Priestess is silent. The King of Cups is quite silent. The Hierophant is pretty silent too. And not only that, not only do you have 10, 10, 10, you also have 5, 5, 5, which is crazy. You know, I think behind the scenes, in silence, there has been a lot of progress made in the heart, okay? So, we have the Thinking Man. We have Blossoming Abundance, Anxiety, which is the Empress card, and the Sun. Wow. We have King of Pentacles, Hostility, and Goddess of the Moon, just like the High Priestess. Sorry, I'm getting so much energy download. Oh my god. Okay. So we did have this Blossoming Abundance card come up in pile 1. Your masculine has really come to a conclusion here. Like, he has thought about this from every angle possible. So this is a little bit beyond pile 1. It's like the next step. And you may want to watch it to like see like what he's been thinking about. But I will tell you that as far as I'm concerned, the decision has been made, okay? So he's come to a conclusion that you two are counterparts, you belong together. But he is still quite nervous about what that means. Now, I will say he's hopeful and nervous at the same time. Okay. Again, those came out in pile 1. So, true love, it is safe for you to love, retreat. There's issues here around him still figuring out he still has a little bit of repair work to do around his inner child. I think that's what he's actually doing now. You know, pile 1 went way into depth on certain aspects of that. He's hoping that you will wait for him. Yeah, it's like there is no other option for him. Look at that. Runner, chaser. He wants you to wait. I think this is going to be rather fast movement here. even though we do have 2 Pentacle cards, so it may have taken a while, I think most of the time has passed because, you know, interesting. Keith on Ring and 7 of Cups and Page of Swords. He's going to bring you a message quite soon about, I do think he wants to have a date here. I do think he's been talking to people about the situation. It may have even been like he was with relationships more for like the codependent friend aspect than, I mean, it may have been under the this is a new love, but I don't think he had really serious intentions with them. I think if anything, they were like an escape from this intense passion that he felt that scared him. Even though he's showing up as the King of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant. Something about this non-traditional nature of this relationship is bothering him, has bothered him in his mind. In his heart, I think his heart has had sadness since you guys left each other. It's like, I'm going to separate from this person, but it's truly heartbreaking here for me to do this. And I kind of hate this message in ways, but it's like, it was kind of his like self-sabotaging nature to, okay, so, my mind feels so confused all of a sudden with this energy. It's like, in his heart, he knows he's a good person. With this particular energy, I get quite a bit of trauma or abuse or situations growing up where his feelings were really not honored. Specifically by females, by a mother, by somebody in that energy that told him a lot of really painful lies about himself, okay? And I try not to judge, and I try not to put like my own things on like, you should do this, because I don't like when tarot readers do that. Like, I'm trying to give you the direct message from source here. So I'm not going to like say this is right or wrong or that or this. What I'm trying to tell you is he has been going through a process of being able to look at the ghosts that have been haunting him, forgive himself and forgive them. And to a certain degree, all parents themselves have been victims of generational trauma and are only instruments in perpetuating cycles, okay? They're showing me the cycles here. The cycles of sadness and hurt and pain and feeling rejected, feeling left out, feeling like there's something inherently bad about you. It's like this such heaviness. Okay. He has been going through a process. You may have gone through this process too, of learning like that is not the truth. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And when we do this, right, that is a spiritual awakening. That process of awakening, even though you have been living in a false pain for so long, the process of awakening is very painful also. Now, this is really cute. They're showing me like he has been in an egg, right? He's been in an egg that he has had to peck his way out of. And the shell is like the shell around his heart. And the little baby chick that was left in his heart after all of this pain, right? Because the walls that we build up in our heart are, I feel like, sorry, such intense emotions. I feel like throwing up now. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. With our inner child, we have to protect the inner child from the pain. So we have to build the shell, right? I've always called it a safe, and like we have a marshmallow in our heart, and in order to keep our marshmallow safe, we have to we have to build this like steel safe around it. They're showing me a shell, like an eggshell. Oh, even though the eggshell is like so thin, it's still is like complete darkness. I still like my safe analogy better. Sorry. It's like complete darkness inside, and you have to put all of your faith into pecking the only thing that's kept you safe and destroying it. But the beautiful story, the beautiful ending to this story is that he emerged from this shell a king of cups. Not this chick. He emerged a king of cups. And wow, has it been quite a revelation. Like, look too. Look at the lightning behind him, and this lightning. It shook all of the foundations, okay? Now, one of his afflictions, or the way that he would deal with things, is this anxiety. So I feel like he has been trying to deal with anxiety, and you may have felt this at times. So yesterday was the new moon. We have this new moon here. I feel like, I know this sounds sort of silly, but I do feel like yesterday something shifted very dramatically. And so the sun here makes a lot of sense. Oh, they were giving me something else. Okay, so when he woke up to this pain, right? The cycle of pain that he had been perpetuating, he realized that he had disseminated, like they're showing me the seeds. He had spread this pain onto everybody, every cup that he drank from. He spread that to them. He hurt people who were trying to care for him. So he's been learning to forgive himself, learning to forgive the people who hurt him, and he's hoping that there will also be forgiveness for him. I listen to music and think of how it was. Diamond light and coins. So they are alchemizing. So the diamond light is pure light with diamond essence. Transmutes dense energy back to ether and releases them. And the coins is alchemy of metal priority. Metal. I don't know what that word is. Into metal, into currency and value. Cool, smooth, heavy, forged, enduring, cold. So the diamond light for me is very much about the violet flame of transmutation. And that is the crown. And I do feel like Saint Germain has been working with him. The crystal skulls, they're saying, have been working with him. So Saint Germain, the crystal skulls, Thoth. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt sometimes. So he's overcoming doubt, okay? The Ho'oponopono prayer is always heard. Virgo energy. I wrote a song. I wrote you a song. So he may be a musician, maybe a writer. I'm planning to surprise you. I feel like there's going to be a surprise. He's realizing that you're a lot alike. The magician. So I mentioned Thoth. Boundless, formless, pure potential, infinite, free-flowing magic is the source of infinite love and matter. The sun energy. Source of love and warmth on our planet. Connects with light that makes things grow and sustains life. That's what you are to him. You are like the sun. Sometimes my heart feels so full. Yes. So this is what is changing here. They're showing me the scales behind it are kind of like a fish. He has been diving deep into his emotions. Aim higher. Your limited idea about yourself is holding you back. Embrace the qualities you admire in another, and they are already in you. You have helped him do this. This is a very beautiful reading. I look at your social media. I really, really, really detest saying stalking. Like, I detest it. If you put pictures online, they are there for people to see. Stalking is a criminal offense, so I really would like us to stop saying that word. Law of attraction. I still have your shirt and I wear it. I know I treated you badly. I'm too proud to say sorry. So Cobra. The Cobra is healing potent. Cobra medicine. Healing potent and swift. Cobra can assist you to clear away anything unnecessary or extraneous. Pare down. Hurting you hurt me more than I ever imagined it would. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. You're so spiritual, I feel inadequate. Venus energy. That is what kind of the diamond light gives me too. It's like a Christ Venus energy. Sphinx energy. High level crystal skull energy. Communication will come soon. They're manifesting you. So those were beautiful messages. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for explaining what's been going on. So also I want to say, of course, you're a sovereign being. Only take what you feel is in harmony with your sovereign being. And certainly this is no advice on what to do. You must and only can decide what you want to do with this situation. Just because somebody wants to heal something doesn't mean that they do heal it or it's all the way healed. So always be very aware and cognizant of keeping yourself your priority and not falling into any kind of pattern that would compromise your safety, security, and prioritizing yourself. And I hope that helps you. It was a beautiful message. 50-30. All right, I'm going to start on pile 3, which was this deck, which I have not used in forever, and the black Tourmaline. So they're just showing me the surface of an ocean, and then underneath it, the Hermit and the Spirit of Swords. I believe it's the Queen. 3 of Swords and the Hermit. So for the second pile, I did get Silence. I am feeling right now like there is a separation for most of you. They're showing me the headline and headlines also. For a couple of you, you could definitely be in the public eye, or they could. They're also showing me the butterfly. Yes. Feel a return here. So all 3 piles have had some cards in common, which is interesting. In the last pile, I got 10, 10, 10. And so far I have 10, 10 here. I'm glad I use different decks. Usually I use the same deck. Wow, Chariot with 8 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. So I got that also. And I also got the Knight of Pentacles. I do kind of feel like this is a progression of what's going on. 7 of Swords in reverse, Strength, Tower, 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Judgment, Wheel, and I love this card in this deck. It's called the Naked Heart. Okay. And look at, I don't think I said it, but they were showing me the butterfly on the back of the card here with the headline and the headlines. I do feel like some of you are, this is, look at, Spirit's so funny. 10, 10, 10, 10. And then we have Justice, which is the 9. I'm sorry, the 11. So then we have XIX. Clearly there's completions in the twin flame world. I do feel like some of you are either in the public eye, or your person is, or there's something about like supporting those in the public eye, or perhaps like writing. Maybe some of you are lawyers. Something like that. I mean, that's a very, very rare message for me to get. But I do feel like your energy is on the rise. So we had Strength. We have Angel of Strength. Community. Your community is going to play a big part in your situation. So interesting. So we have King of Pentacles with the 3 card coming out together. I only tried to pull 1, but we pulled 2. This 3 card has shown up in all 3 piles. So I'm going to take it as the Empress energy. And bottom of the deck, we have Healer of the Ages, Indecision, Storm Warning, and the World in Reverse. So the World in Reverse was also in the second pile. I don't really love when readers do that, but it's just coming through. Also, the Sun played an important role in the second one. So I do kind of feel like these are all like a progression of one another. That doesn't mean you need to watch them all, because whatever you picked is where you kind of are currently at. Now, the Five of Pentacles also played a very important role, and it was a beautiful explanation of where the masculine had been coming from. I feel like right here they're trying to explain to me that this has been the cause of the delay. Like, there has been very, very slow movement or none, and there is about to be some. Again, I felt that in the second one, but for you, I feel it's even more incoming. You know, Clock in Reverse, Hammer, Axe, Grim Reaper. Wow, Heart with a Key, Girl with a Snake, Mask, Talking. I feel personally like if you have been waiting on them to end a karmic relationship, that is, look, there is something about it being over. Now, I get mixed energy here. I want you to be very careful. I feel like your person regrets things they said and did to you very, very much. I feel like they regretted picking somebody else here. I very much get even though we see pentacles, I get the feeling that there is very much contact coming. What is the Eight of Cups here for, Spirit? The Chariot with the Eight of Cups. What are they going to... I love the way that they draw cups in this. The Star. The Magician. Isn't this a beautiful Magician card? Oh my God, that's crazy. It's crazy right there. Death. Oh my God. I just have to show you the 4 cards that fell out when I asked what they were going to come talk to you about. Oh, one's behind it. I didn't see. Or did I? Oh my God, I didn't. The Star, the Magician, the 10 of Cups, Death in Reverse, which is the South Node or Taurus, 2 of Cups, and the Butterfly. Wow, that's crazy. So you have Temperance on the bottom of the deck with the scales. The scales have played an important part in this reading. You have them again here. Here they are balanced. This is a Libra card. They are balanced on the tip of the sword, okay? With these laurel wreaths around them. I think it was the second one. I'm not sure, honestly, if it's the first or second, but it was like I explained that you were on one side and every other experience that they had had in their life was on the other. That was the equivalent of being with you. And this is very much to me about how they feel aligned in all the chakras when they're with you. I cannot get over how beautiful this set of cards are. I think when this conversation happens, it's going to there are no words for me to tell you. You know, I feel like you're impatient. So this is like the Temperance card that was on the bottom of the deck here. It's an angel and it has like a pentacle, like a wheel right in the middle. That's reminding me of the pentacles. And I feel like the poor feminists have been like holding the sun up for so long that you're like, that's all I have in me right now. That's all that there is. But, oh look, the moon. This is Pisces energy. And there's this eclipse. Sorry, this energy is so intense to channel. I feel like this is going to just be so much all at once. You're going to really feel like lost for words. And I think that feminine doesn't feel that way very often. There is something here about even though there is love, and he's looking for this new physical beginning. I do feel like there is a warning here about going too quickly physically. So you're very intimidating. I don't feel good enough for you. I've been learning a lot about spirituality. I feel so much regret for everything I've said and done. I've had very vivid dreams of you. I don't want to keep hurting you. I fear that if you get too close to me, you will hurt me. I'm so scared of change. My fears keep stopping me. I see signs of you everywhere I go. There is still some fear here to clear. Okay, so with childhood wounds, I think there's 7 total categorizations of them. I think the rarest one is the wound of injustice. It may be the one you guys are working on. The telltale sign of that wound is saying that's not fair. Okay. I personally feel like it's one of it's like you have to be pretty advanced really to clear it. That's my opinion on it. Meaning you've had to clear a lot of your past life karma to get to a place where you can understand the wheel of karma to the degree where you go, nothing is unfair. It's all perfectly balanced. Because we like the idea that the good guy wins in the end. There's always justice. Karma, like we use karma, that word, kind of as the way we wish our legal system would work, like almost in a revenge sense, is my experience. Now, someone who has a more advanced understanding of the word karma knows that it's your karma is sovereign, right? Like you are the one dealing with your karma. And if somebody does something to you, an advanced understanding of karma knows that it can't be any other way except that this was a debt that you had to pay. And when we shift from karma to dharma, this is when we take our pain, okay, karma, and transmute it into wisdom, where we can share it with other people having pain, okay? I hope that made sense. But I see here, there's an illumination of the earthly realm being karmic or having been karmic, especially, this is a very controversial thing to say, but they're showing me like the feminine energy in both the masculine and the feminine has held a lot there's an imbalance in the feminine energy that's being restored. And let's find out more. You know, in between these two cups, which are the masculine and the feminine energies, right? It's a heart, there's two hearts on top of two mirrored waves strung together with like what looks like a necklace or a chain of events, okay? And they're telling me this chain of events, the link of the past lives and the karma, and now my voice is finally going. Right? This reaches even beyond death. It follows you as a soul, one soul, right? A twin flames are, I have tears coming out of my eyes, sorry. Twin flames are one soul in polarity. Okay. Because everything in the physical world is made in polarity. So they're showing me that part of this experience is balancing out the injustice of the sexes. And it's like righting that wrong and allowing the masculine energy to express his feminine and the feminine energy to express her masculine. And it's so much programming around it. That is all being brought, like, the sun is black in this, okay? This is sacred knowledge that has been in the dark. And that one came out, last one too. Okay, so that sacred knowledge is coming into form. Bring it into form. The word wants to be written. The masterpiece longs to be painted. What is in your heart wants to be created into form. So we are bringing the truth of our hearts into form. So money always has to do with worth, to me, self-worth, self-love. Reconnect with the energy of paper money, the sound, smells, and speed. As you bless others, you are blessed by paper money. So it's really about bringing, you know, your value into form. Two joining together. These cards are amazing. Masterminding intellectual power takes... Masterminding intellectual power makes each 10 times more powerful. Join together with like-minded people. I miss your touch. Yes. So I do feel that magician vibes. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you do. I listen to music and think how it was. I wrote you a song. Aim higher. Be resilient. Okay. I feel anxious. Sorry, I'm not laughing, but it's like anxiety played a big part. I think it was in the first one. Thinking about contacting you. The owl brings potent medicine to you now to use its keen vision, wise insight, and stealth. Tap into it now. So incoming contact, standoff, knows your twin flames, Libra, shaman, magician. So there's a lot of magical energy. He's been very on the fence about causing this, causing this disruption is how he's saying it. He's been very on the fence about causing disruption, but honestly, I mean, this is the most beautiful set of cards I've had in a very, very long time. I feel like there's a lot of alignment in his heart wanting to bring this into form. That's what the magician does. It has all, you know, the fool is, for lack of a better word, in a codependent like situation with his dog, right? Ready to just leap, not knowing what he's doing or where he's going. And then the magician has all four elements at his disposal. And what the magician does is bring things through the 4 stages from spirit down into the physical, okay? And in order to do that, you know, you have to be willing to work to take your spirit through both the emotional and the mental and let it be transmuted. And then it's reflected in your physical environment. So I'm going to leave it there. I really hope this has served you. I am so grateful that spirits had such beautiful messages come through me. I'm always very, very honored to allow myself to channel these, because, you know, it's amazing. If you want a reading from me, I am going to be, I think, taking readings for about another 3 weeks, and then I am taking a vacation. So the link is in my bio. Bye for now.